Today I thought I would start the update from the factory, actually outside the factory. I've done many videos for the shipyard showing you the buildings and where we are building the yacht. I thought I would start out here to show the factory, because we do have the lower deck guest area ready to ship tomorrow. So we have a loading bay right over there, so we'll clear these cars out. Tomorrow a 20-foot container will come in and load up right there. And that's scheduled to depart the port, the Guangzhou port, on Thursday. So today is Monday, so it'll load up tomorrow. It'll go to Guangzhou port tomorrow evening. It's about an hour and a half, 2-hour trip for the container to get there, so everything's under control. And this is everything that we've got ready on the inside. So we've had to, everything is stacked nicely for the forklift to put in, but we've also had to weigh everything as part of the shipping requirements. So here you can see we got the floor and these are 42 millimeter interior cabin walls. And you can see here on the floor, everything is already pre-cut for all the biscuits. So the next one to join, we'll get a biscuit in there glued together. This way, between the two seams, there's no flex between the two, and which is what causes all the creaking when the wood flexes between two panels. So these are all part of it. And we got much more to show. We got the cabin sides, some cabin sides. We got some window boxes over here, obviously window boxes. Anything you see with the epoxy paint on will be for the bathroom. So this one says 607, so this will be the port aft shower. That's a little niche that'll be in the shower. And then all of the air conditioning plenums. So here we actually have 8 rooms ready to ship. So that's 4 of the guest staterooms and with 4 of the bathrooms. And the closets. The wardrobes for each of the 4 rooms. Right here. They'll all ship. More random parts. Oh, these look like that's windowsill. So that's all part of the ship side. There, we do need to send more insulation. The only thing we got left to insulate is the main salon deck head. The reason we haven't done that yet is because right now they are making the aluminium frame that is like a drop-down ceiling. It's all made out of aluminium that has to be welded to the beams up above, so we haven't installed that yet. But that's ready to ship. And we can't have a shipment without insulation tape for some reason. So these have just arrived maybe 20 minutes ago. This is I'd mentioned on the last update, the next biggest item to go in the engine room is the raw water standpipes. And that's what all this is. So this afternoon, I'll have our guys place it all out as if it was going in the boat so I can better explain it. So maybe at the end of this video, I'll add on another video and explain that a little bit more. We got more parts going on over here. This is the floating bulkhead between the engine room and the 2 aft guest cabins. The Silamer just arrived today, and all of the wood was already sealed, ready for the Silamer. So we are just now making swing around. We're making the sandwich bulkhead now. So one of this side will connect to the frames on the boat, the steel frames, and then the other side will connect to the interior joinery with the Silamer isolation between. Now we do have 2 shipments planned. All of this will not fit in one 20-foot container. So instead of waiting for some other supplies to show up, we've just placed, waiting on an order for some copper pipe. We split the shipments into 2. So we've got 2 20-foot containers leaving. First one being tomorrow. The following one will be next Tuesday. And then on the following Sunday, so I think that is about the 29th of June, all of the carpenters will be leaving here to start installing this, because the first container would have arrived by then. It's about 4 days on sea. So by the end of June, the first thing they'll do is to level up all of the floor squares that are already sitting inside the metal jig, and then all of this floor will then get put down. So we've got, these are the last pieces of the crew overhead, which we didn't ship with the crew framing. So that is everything we got ready, and then a lot of random splines to connect all of the walls together. They're all ready to go. So that is the shipment that's ready to go tomorrow. And let's take a look what's been going on in the crew area. So I know I said on my last shipyard update, you saw all of the walls. This is an exact duplicate of what is now installed in the boat, but we have all of the furniture in here. So this is the guest, and not the guest, sorry, this is the crew lounge. So the big U shape here, we'll have a triangle table in there, and these will get covered with the wood, the maple, and we're doing the black stripe on here as well. So the lounge will all have wood panels. The bedrooms, bunks will have all of the upholstered panels. We did make one change to, make sure I don't fall down the steps. We did make one change to this. What we've taken off right now, all of the Wenge hardwood, and we're dropping the pantry down to this height. So this is still a good amount of pantry, because this is the perfect place for the TV for the crew. Originally it was planned to go onto this wall, but as you can see, the majority of the crew will not be able to see a TV there. So we are changing that. And this is the crew lounge. See if I can get far enough back. And we've got a sink going in there. And what we found here, we'd made all of this cabinet a drawer storage. But once we've made the storage, the drawers were quite long. So what we've done is we've put a vertical partition in there. We're remaking it. So you'll have a slide out rubbish bin, trash can in here, and then you'll have the series of drawers in that side. This is the cabinet that was made for the Miele washer and the dryer. They didn't want the stacked unit, so we've got 2 independent units, but we did put one on top of each other. And down here we got stuck with this little space because there's actually a step here, so we couldn't push this all the way to this bulkhead. So what we created was another little cabinet here, which will hold the ironing board. So that will slide out, just come down, and you've basically got your laundry center right here. So that is the crew lounge, and into the captain's stateroom. This will now show you why we put the step into the cabin side to maximize the width of the bed. I think we've done that in the guest king stateroom as well. The captain gets a small desk here with some drawers to the side. This has a recessed storage that is big enough to hold the laptop and charger, and then this will have a door that opens up to access. And up here, this is a cupboard, so it'll have 2 doors on it, and this is open bookshelves that will just have a keeper rail on both of them, and then he has his TV there. And captain's bathroom, obviously the headhunter toilet will go there. This will all be mirror here, hiding the medicine cabinet. And then one change we've done in here was originally this was just going to have a glass door, but we've opened it up and we're going to put a glass pane in there as well. So it really did open up this bathroom, because you do have, where am I? Let me go in there. This is natural light coming in right here. So now the crew cabins with the upper lower bunk. You can see this area is cut into the ship side, so it tapers down. So this will be the head of the bed. But you can see that just the space there is very comfortable for this upper bed. And each bunk, this is the lower bunk obviously, they have their own storage in there, their own personal storage. And the upper bunk, not sure if you can see, but maybe here, this is their personal storage that's cut into the cabin side. And all of this is still worn up, going all the way around, and this is your AC plenum, done the same way as the guest area. So it will be very well finished out up here. And this was designed to also have a step here. This is to help you get into the upper bunk. And the bathrooms also are very spacious. We do have a pipe box that hides the pipes you see on board. So the headhunter toilet will sit out this way. And then you've got some storage in here. Your large linen storage in here. This is more of a medicine cabinet. This will all be mirror as well. And then you've got a little storage shelf here. We will put some kind of keeper rail on this. And another change that we've done on here that we'll do on the boat is the floor was always designed to flow straight into the shower. We do have, you've seen on board where we've got the trays in there. That was a modification we did after we laid this. So the change we've made is we've taken out the header. There was a header in here, so now the ceiling flows straight into the shower as well. And instead of having a header, that will be a 4-inch gap for the steam to come out the shower. So, lots of progress in here. This is the overhead that isn't on the boat yet, but you saw getting sealed and painted in the paint area outside. So that will be getting shipped. And all of these walls will be the white fabric on them. And then starboard crew is a mirror of the other, but this one has a slightly smaller dresser here because it has the recess for the electrical panels in this room. So we have the electrical panel closet is recessed into this room, but as you can see, it really didn't eat into the floor space at all in this room. And then again, we made the modification in here for the overhead to go straight into the shower. So this is the crew. I will walk over to the guest area, which is all of the flat packed items that you've just seen, minus the furniture boxes. They are not part of what's going at the moment. So this is where we will be at in the crew. Okay, so I walk into the guest area mock-up. All of the countertops, bar one, has been finished and ready to go to upholstery. So first thing that's very visible is we've made up one of the rooms is very far along. We're actually taking this room as far as we can go. So all of the guys are familiar with the standards, the quality we expect. All of our gaps and tolerances are all set in the upholstered panels in this room, and then we just repeat it 3 more times. So we put a lot of focus into this room right now. So there we go. So this one obviously has the threshold. And we did put 3 of the heavy-duty hinges on. The doors do have the white foam fire retardant core on it. And then it has 2 layers of fire retardant plywood. And then all of this that you see is hardwood. So this is all hardwood walnut. This is hardwood wenge. Same hardwood we use up here and down there. So also all of these are the finished panels. They just need to be wrapped now. So that's why you see none of the little fast clip holes in the wall anymore. And these are the gaps that we were making sure everything is within tolerance before we start repeating it in all of the other cabins. So give a good look. Of what the cabin is. Another attention to detail that we've done on here is, even though this is over 3 meters from there to there, it's well over 3 meters. So you can see the plywood has to have a seam in it. But this seam has been biscuit glued, stapled, joined. So this is one panel now. So when we upholster it, you will see no vertical seams anywhere in this wall. You'll just have the beautiful looking horizontal seams. There'll be no vertical seams joining panels together in any of the walls. So again, another attention to detail that we have. We've also installed the sample for the door pulls. These were suggested by our interior designer. So what that has allowed us to do is to be able to cut all of the other doors, and these drawers are now off into paint. So they are finished, and all the hardware has been installed into it. They've just gone off to paint. we did wrap the overhead panels. So you can see there is a slight, this is slightly lower than that, but just as you do the tangent of the radius on the padded panel, that is where this walnut starts. Maybe that's a better, not sure if that shows it up. Now, the closet doors. Quite a lot of work has gone into these closet doors, because they are not your typical 108 closet door. Piece of heavy plywood. This is a proper almost entry door. And this is this area here is high gloss paint, and then it's inlaid with the wenge. So when the door is closed, it looks, the seam in the middle looks like one of the seams on the end and part of the design, but it's actually, if I can open it, it's actually wenge wood, the gloss finish. And then once the doors are open, we're going to inlay a mirror into here. So this is designed for a 5mm mirror in here, and same on this side. And part of the precision engineering, it did get a little tight, but plenty of clearance on there. What we've done with all of these are the countertops that we haven't made yet, because the factory's waiting on me to determine the hinges I want. I'm very specific on the hinges I want for this vanity to open up. So these are the only, this room and the port side room. But all of the others are ready to go to the upholsterer. What we've done in the meantime is we've sent some items out, because these are very tricky to wrap, to a group of upholsterers in town, and we have selected a winner. So let me go into here. This is the one sample. The color is not correct. This is just a sample of the type of material that we're going to use, exactly the same type, but completely different color. So don't read anything into the color. So you can see, I'm not sure if the camera's pointing it out, but the stitch work on this corner, on all of these, is absolutely tight. And there's a couple more samples from the same upholsterer that basically has the contract. Now we'll supply him the material, and we've built out our upholstery shop, and he will do it on site. And the color, let me just run back into here. So the door handles, this is the entry door handle, is inlaid with the leather. And we sent this door handle, we sent to our supplier, and they've matched the color. So all of these countertops, this will be the color. So you can see it's quite it's quite the difference. So this is the upholsterer we're going to use. This is the material that's going to be on here. Now, just to give you an idea of what it is that is going to take us 4, I'm giving them 4, but we've allowed for 5 weeks for all the install of everything that you've just seen outside, which is basically all of the floor. These are the 42mm wall. This is the floating wall. So this is 18mm plywood, but behind that there is the Silemer isolation wall. So those are all, they'll all be going in the shipment. The cabin side, which is here, is part of the shipment. The window boxes you see here, and the air conditioning box. So all this is getting shipped and will be installed. I'm expecting by the end of July, I wish. By the end of July, this will all be, and you saw all of the closets are already built, fully built. It's just a matter of just putting it in place, putting it against the cabin side. And then in the bathroom, all of the AC plenum, the extraction plenum, all of the splines that hold the wall together are going. We've got the window box. This was the recess that you saw outside. There's actually epoxy painted now. So on the boat, these won't be grey. And then we've also, on the 3D printer, we've cut all of the shower drains. So they're all part of this package that's leaving at the moment too. So we got an awful lot of work accomplished, and we've got a busy July to get all this installed. So that is the update from the factory. Say it is lunchtime at the moment for all our guys are probably taking a nap. They do that in Vietnam and China also. And then this afternoon, I think I'll have them put this not together but laid out in the position, so I can do another quick video update and explain exactly what all of these parts do, because this is not typically seen on a 108 yacht. This is 50-meter plus machinery right here. So that's it for the furniture update, and stay tuned for a short update on the raw water sea chest. Bye for now. So this is an add-on to the interior factory update. This is we've laid out the raw water sea chest and manifold to get a better idea. This is the next biggest thing that has to be installed into the engine room, but the way we've designed it is this sits behind an engine, so an engine goes right here, and the forward engine room bulkhead sits behind it. So I pointed out in previous videos the standpipes for the sea chest, which is right here. This will be the port side, and then the starboard side sea chest, the standpipe's already there. That will connect to the top of the standpipe. And then this section right here sits directly behind the port engine, and the gap we've got there, we'll put a pipe expander in it. And then this next section is in between the engines, so this is on center line right here. So we put a butterfly valve that's normally closed in here to separate the port side from the starboard side on the sea chest. So each engine is running from its own sea chest. Main engine and generator will come from each one. And then this is now all underneath the floor. So imagine the floor at this height. Everything here is sitting underneath. So these two here, they actually pop out above the floor. One of these is to supply the Headhunter black water treatment plant, is the smaller 1-inch. This one is going to go to the raw water pickup for the air conditioning system. The way I design a system, I always like, we have 2 pumps for the raw water on the air conditioning, and we have one on one side port side and one on starboard side. So that way, because these pumps are running 24 hours a day, and they're constantly taking water inside a sea chest. So if you're sitting at dock or at harbour for an extended amount of time, you don't always want to be using the same one. So you can basically close this valve, open this valve, and then the air conditioning is then drawing off of the other side. So that is what these ones are. The big one right here goes to the port main engine, the port side generator, and then this one is the auxiliary supply to the bow thruster hydraulic tank. And on the other side, we've got the air conditioning, as mentioned. We've got one in case the steering reservoir needs raw water cooling. They have that one. And then starboard side main engine, starboard side generator, and then this one is a spare. So that will just get a valve and will be blanked off. So you'll have, each one of these will have a butterfly valve underneath it. And then here we go with the pipe expander to take out any of the vibration, any of the flex or anything. So this isn't a hard pipe from side to side. And then in between the normally closed butterfly valve right here, another shaft pipe expander and another butterfly valve. So if you do happen to suck up on one side, go through a bunch of jellyfish, and you got a bunch of jellyfish in here, you can close that valve, open that valve. Now everything in here is run off of this one while you sort this one out, and that could be vice versa. If you suck up jellyfish on both of them, we've got connection ports on here where you can hook up compressed air and blow out if you've, or jellyfish, a bag or anything that's been sucked up, you can blow it right back out underneath. So that's the, and this is all thick, heavy duty stainless steel, 316L stainless steel. And because this is above, the floor line is about here, so all of this is above it. This is high polished stainless, and this is clear acrylic, and you can see how thick that is. It's pretty thick, so you can actually see the Monel strainer inside there. These are the two flanges that will get welded to the base there. The reason why we haven't put them on is because the position of this is critical. If they are, and this whole pattern on this flange has to match what's already welded into the boat. So if what's welded into the boat is just half a degree off, 1 degree off, by the time you extend that 1 degree over there, this thing's over there somewhere. So we will place those, we'll bolt those to the boat, we'll put this on, we'll bolt those to the standpipe, sorry, that's on the boat. And this will be put in place, everything will be connected together, and then those flanges will be welded to the sea chest in place. So that's why they're currently not connected. These two here, you can see the heavy duty, this is a good example, the heavy duty stainless steel. These are the raw water discharges. So anything that has to discharge out of the standpipe that is next to the entry door, these two standpipes are port and starboard against the aft engine room bulkhead. So anything like all of your air conditioning raw water discharges, constantly discharges overboard, or your bilges are connected to this, anything that takes water, pretty much other than the engines, generators, which goes out the exhaust, is connected to their AC treatment plant, the coolant for the hydraulic reservoir, or discharge through these. And again, those Those are the flanges there. The alignment is critical to the bulkhead, so we will weld those to the boat. So that is the raw water system for the boat. Again, for a 108-foot motor yacht, very impressive raw water system. So this will more than likely be going on the second shipment, which is a week from now, because we can't install any of this until that other SCR block is hung in place and removed from the center of the engine room, because we need access to get these in. So that is the update from the factory. And I will be in the shipyard. Today's Monday. I'll be in the shipyard Wednesday, and we'll be looking to make another update shortly from the shipyard. Bye for now.